stuff this time since now I've got a little bit more practice in what I'm doing. And even though it won't be perfect, it'll be better, even better next time because Miss Larson just taught me how to do something that will make it so much easier for me and Mrs. Testa to do these group jams that we're going to do today. Okay. Here is a reminder of the assignments for this week. These are the IXL skills we're going to be working on, right, in various times. I don't think any of these are ones I looked at, but we're going to look at these ones today. We're going to talk a little bit about rational exponents just to get an idea of how they look and how to convert them, just to make sure we know what's going on. But again, anything we do in Desmos, is no big deal. All right, so instead of doing this as the poll, because apparently I think that's actually what caused my computer to fritz out last class, I had to reboot completely. So fun.
Oh, wow.
All I want you to do is give me a thumbs up if the statement is true and a thumbs down if the statement is false. Okay? So, looking here at the warm-up, we have 6 or 8 different expressions, but you'll notice that every single one of them is done twice. One is true, one is false. So, a to the a or a 2 to the third is 2 raised to the third power 6, or is 2 raised to the third power 8? So, A or B? Let's just say A or B. In the chat, do we want A or B to be true? All right, we got a general consensus, it looks like. A couple people are answering B. Does anybody disagree? Okay, and the reason it is B is it is 2 times 2 times 2. But if you didn't know that, what could you have done? Do we all know what we could have done? Desmos! Yes, always, guys. So just so you know, I'm going to show this to you because it's important skill, makes life faster. The caret button is important. That's the shift and 6. That puts you in your exponent. All right. Makes it a lot easier for us to check our work. Caret and 6. And if you're going to type in chat an answer with an exponent, again, 2 raised to the third would look like that. Okay? Mostly saying that because some people last class period were trying to figure out how to put exponents in the chat. That's how you put exponents in the chat. All right? So let's look at the next two. C or D, which one is true? Put it in the chat. C or D, which one is true? Is 4 to the third 12 or is 4 to the third 64? Okay. Perfect. Diego, that's the best answer. All right, so the answer is B. B is correct. Okay, again, it's 4 times 4 times 4. All right. E or F, is 12 to the second 144 or is it 24? Perfect. Good job, guys. That means you're showing me that you understand what exponents do. So, what do you think about G and H? G or H? Which one is 25 to the third? We want 25 times 25 times 25. G. This is just basically, guys, making sure you can remember what does an exponent do. It doesn't multiply the number by the exponent. It multiplies the number by itself. So when we get into the bigger numbers, it becomes really obvious. Okay, we're going to practice some exponent rules. Okay. Yeah, and at first glance it looks improbable, but if your choices are 75 for 25 times 25 times 25 or 15,625, since I know it's not 75, I would pick the other one. Okay. We're going to do again similar what we've been doing all week, working with rational and radical expressions to find equivalent expressions with exponents. Quick review. These are the regular product properties of exponents. Okay. The ones we've already reviewed several times. We talked about these ones last semester. But notice how we have a blocked off spot on the formula chart there, right? This is what's actually in there. What's a rational exponent? A rational exponent is an exponent that's a fraction, okay? So here's how it breaks down, just like this. So the number on top of the fraction for the exponent goes inside the radical. And the number in the denominator of the fraction in the bottom is going to be the index. Okay, you can see down here in this diagram, we have 4 pointing to the 4, 5 all the way over here to the 5. And then the base is inside the radical as the base. All right. So we're going to be practicing some exponent rules, practices. We're going to do what's called a group jam. We're going to get some practice with this. Okay, hopefully. All right, let me open this other tab real quick. First thing you need to do, guys, is you need to sign in to IXL. And the way you do that, remember, is you're going to go through your Canvas in your online classroom, and you're going to click on Resources. Oops, I'm on the wrong screen. Click Class Link. All right, let's see. Okay, so none of these are really the one I want, but that's okay. We're going to do some practice with the skills we need this week. Once you're in ClassLink, guys, you are going to hit IXL. I've never even looked at it. I don't know what Teach Suite is. I only ever use this one, the ClassLink here.
Yeah, that's how's that going?
I only ever use
I don't even know
IXL.
what that is. I'll play with it. I don't know. I don't know anything else that I
So
can't
click
get
on
into.
IXL.
So you know, I haven't tried that.
Okay, so we can do, I'm going to do Classic this time, for this time.
Because maybe.
Let's see. I had that on a list over here. Here we go. Okay, we are going to do simplifying radicals because that's what we've been working on. And while you guys get signed in, no, not that. No, not that. My dog is snoring so loud. Yeah, it's my
I was
dog.
wondering what that was.
All right, so we're gonna evaluate. What do I do? We'll do this. I appreciate your patience, guys. Go and get signed in. 89Q. I'm just adding some skills.
Uh,
Yeah, you just wait for a moment.
you
It'll
don't
be
do
there right
anything
at
yet,
the front
Dakra.
screen as soon as I get it.
This is something new. So every Wednesday, it's going to be called like a jam board, and so Ms. Malsbury is setting it up. So just give it a second.
Okay, we're going to simplify. B48. I am typing in the codes. I just can't remember
So you
which ones
can't
they
type in
are, and
those
I
codes?
have them in a different screen. So.
Oh, got it. Well, I could have looked it up for you. I would just use
Yeah, I'm
3 for
just
now.
actually trying to see if I can find
Let
a
them
good
choose from those
one
3.
for the rational exponents. But what they have here is not really what I want, because we're not rewriting them properly. So I think we'll just work with these.
And allow class to you have a student look to see
Yeah,
if they
that'd be
can look at
great.
their activity log for another minute. I'm going to play as if I can get on, I'm going to see if I can log on.
All right, let's practice the power rule too. All right, we'll just do these 3. Why not? That'll work. Or these 4. Okay, and then looking at this list, I need 1758. No, wait, 58 is, there is 4 is the other class. 59 and 801. I'm missing one. Oh, I must not have any students in that one. All right, and then I need 29, 729. This is crazy, I know. Sorry, guys. Miss Lawson, I told you, just sent me a picture, and I'll fix this for us to make it easier for next time. Okay. All right, I'm gonna send this, and if anyone's missing, let me know. What's it doing? Why won't it let me select the skills? What's going on? Why won't it let me start it? No.
Is there a message?
Oh, I forgot to hit enter on that one. It's fine. All right. On your home screen, guys, it should actually pull up immediately to give you at the front of on your main dashboard screen.
So Dakra, do you see problems?
So when you get into IXL, they should be like it says, I was told it should be at the top of the page on your dashboard.
Okay, I'm going to look up a student. Since I have access to IXL, I'm going to look up one of the students, see what their dashboard looks like. I don't see that student. Let me
Try
try.
somebody who's on. I need to actually turn off I want to turn off the turn on the anonymization. And because I'm streaming, I don't want anyone to see it.
Ew. Well, I don't have
Riley's in mine.
Riley in my IXL. I know, but shouldn't I have them
Is
in
there anyone who
IXL since we're
doesn't see it?
co-teachers?
Hopefully I got everyone's name in this thing.
Austin just said
Austin
that
isn't
he doesn't
selected.
see it.
I don't know what happened there. All right,
See if
just doing it the same way I
Austin
did
is
last
on.
time. Watch this. I'm just gonna do everyone, but all classes. I will fix it later. There we go. Everyone should be able to see it. There should be a group jam. I know it's gonna be crazy, but
Okay. It's okay. I don't see. I'm on Austin.
it
Would
should
they
be at
say
the
that it
top of the
would
dash,
be?
the homepage.
Show up
But
as a group
you might
jam?
not be able to see it because you're not actually them.
Oh, because I'm
So
a
like I
teacher,
can
so
see
that's
students that are
probably why I
in.
don't. Yeah, when I go to student dashboard, I don't see it. So that just could be why,
All
because
right,
I'm not
guys,
really a
let's go ahead
student.
and get an answer if you can. We have 11 people working on it. I know it's a little tough. Just do your best. Get logged in. Go to, remember, you have to go to resources in your Canvas.
Okay, give a code. So let's
We're
say you
on
can't get on the
ZFF.
Jamboard, at least practice
That's what
a
we're
skill
currently
on
working on.
IXL so you can get your minutes. Give them one of the,
ZFF. It's up here in the top.
what was the letter? So if you go, so if you're not on the Jamboard, go up to the search, the magnifying glass at the very
Riley,
top,
that's normal.
click on that
Okay,
and type
so
in
square root of
ZFF.
12, 20 minutes. All right, so let's see how we can, it will lock you there, sorry. So we're gonna put 2 square root 3. You can see several people have answered that. Okay, so let's do one at the same level real quick. And remember, you can use Desmos to factor and to determine which ones are your perfect squares. So remember, we go to Desmos, go to Add Table. Again, I don't like having the subscripts there. It makes it harder to work with. All right, so we have 1, 2. So let's look at this factor list. Which ones am I going to use? Am I going to use 2 and 3, or am I going to use something else? What do you think? Do you see these three, the 2 and 3 here? Do we remember which one goes on the outside? The 3 or the 2? Which one is outside? Okay, let's remember that. We talked about that yesterday. 3 on the outside, right? So 3, and then the 2 goes on the inside. Or no. It doesn't work in IXL. Right, so let's make it a little harder. Right, so I'm going to give you about a minute. See what you can come up with. Use your resources. No, we can do this. I'm just going to go ahead and leave this up here for you. I forgot to hit start on that minute, so it's okay. We'll just give you another couple moments. So we've got 3 square root of 3, 3 square root of 9. Okay, so we think we have a little bit of an issue. It's okay. Remember, the square root of 9 is 3. Okay, so the square root of 27, square root of 9 times the square root of 3. So if you put 3 square root of 3, great. But don't forget, we could do this in Desmos elsewhere otherwise too. You don't have to, if this was multiple choice, you would be able to put the different options into the calculator and compare. But unfortunately, that's not going to work well on this particular software. Okay. All right. So I'm going to give you a minute and see what you come up with on this one. Break it down. I'm going to turn my music up a little so you can hear it a little. Maybe it'll block the sound of the dog snoring. Oh, wait, this video is going to go on. Okay. So don't forget that 10 is on its own. Break down the square root of 8. Okay. All right. That's time. So what's the square root of 4? Karen and I excel with the group jam. Great. What's the square root of 4? I'll do it again in Desmos in just a moment. Well, let's get a bigger number. All right, 2. Be helpful if I clicked in the right spot, apparently. I don't know why, but that suddenly stopped working. All right, so we have 2 times the square root of 2 here, but we also have to multiply it by 10. All right, so what about with the 10? What's going to be my coefficient? What number is going to go in front of my radical? Don't forget about this number. Okay, but don't forget about, oops, don't forget about the 10. Okay, so don't forget we gotta make the 10. I don't know why it's doing this to me. Okay, so what we will have is 10 times 2 times the square root of 2. Okay, so I need to multiply the 10 and the 2. So what's going to go in the front? 20. Awesome, Riley. Thank you. Okay, and then here's the explanation as to why it works. I do like this part where it tells you why the answer is what it is. All right, let's go ahead and move on to the next skill because it's about as difficult as we're going to need to get on that right now. So this is what we're talking about today. Let's go ahead and talk about, but this is fraction issues. Yay, fractions. I know, we all love fractions, but you know what? Whether you like fractions or not, how does Desmos feel about fractions?
Miss Malsberg, can you by chance zoom in more when you're on Desmos? Because I'm trying to look at, like, I'm looking at it from like a student. Like, that is itty bitty. Like, granted, I know that they see it on their screen, but for those that did not get onto Desmos, like, they can't really see the problem. So when you're on, like, that is big. But what about the
Okay,
IXL? Is there a way to zoom in a little bit more so they can see what's
good to
been
know.
given?
Guys, you can
There you
always
go.
feel free to tell me if you need me to make things bigger.
Because it was so small, like
Okay,
they couldn't read what was on the problem.
don't worry. I'm old enough that I'll never get offended to make things bigger.
So you guys know, like, for Miss Malsbury, so I'm like you all right now, since she's presenting, is that I'm viewing it like you all are. She's on the regular computer. She's showing her screen, so she sees it full size. She's not seeing how it got condensed and what you guys view. So that's what I said. We're in this
All
together.
right, so
So
as a
if you need
reminder,
it
guys, what do we
enlarged,
do when we're multiplying things
let
that have
us
the
know
same
so that
base?
way we can fix it.
When we have exponents with the same base, what am I going to do with these exponents? I don't know where the writing goes. What is wrong with my drawing pad's not working. I know, but I don't like writing with my mouse.
You can use the
It's
IXL
okay.
writing stuff.
All right, so what do I
Do you
do
see
with
that
the
black
exponents,
pen
guys?
or pencil?
What am I going to do with these exponents?
Oh, okay. If you forget, look at like what you would do for like whole numbers. So if you had like 2 to the third times 2 to the fifth, right? You could actually draw that out to remind yourself what the rule is, or you look
So
at a
what
formula chart.
operation would I do?
Just because they are fractions doesn't change the math.
Good, guys. What do we do with the exponents? If I had x to the fifth times x to the third, what would I do with those exponents? Times? Oh, let's go back to our formula chart. Yeah, we're going to add them. When we have power and a power to adding, or like this, we're going to add them together. So this would be x to the eighth, right? So if I added these exponents, I can add these exponents too. 1 over 3 plus 7 over 3. Now, is this a relatively simple fraction addition problem? Yeah, because they have the same denominator. But let's be honest, not everyone likes fractions. So remember, Desmos does 1/3 plus 7/3 gives us 2.67. We want a fraction. Just click the fraction button. So we get 8 over 3. Okay? No fraction, fraction. No fraction, fraction. No fraction, fraction. Okay? Oh, that's okay, Alexia. It's fine. It'll be a recording for you later if you need to. All right?
Right? Like, you know, Desmos did that.
Okay.
Cool. Sometimes we forget, if we haven't used that part of the calculator in a long time, you forget how to do it.
So let's try one with the same level. So what is going to be my exponent here? 1 to the 7, d to the 1 over 7 times d to the 1 over 7. What's my exponent? Any ideas? 2 over 7. Great, Riley. All right, so then all we have to do is put d raised to the 2 over 7. Give everyone who's focusing and trying to follow along time to put that in there. Come on. Riley's got a good point. They said their computer died, so Austin said their computer died, so don't stress on them too much. All right. Try something new. All right, simplify. So we're dividing. What do we do when we divide? What happens to our exponents when we divide? I assume you meant divide, Michelle. Is that correct?
So when you multiply, you add. Division is the opposite of
Subtracting,
multiplying.
yes.
So what is
Good.
the
That was in
opposite
the
of
staff
adding?
chat. Perfect. So I have 4, because there's no other 4, or no other numbers, r
There you go.
to the 3 minus what? How many r's are in the denominator? No, we're just looking at, we're trying to figure out what exponent we're going to subtract. You can't hear. Oh no. All right, so there's 1 r in the bottom and 3 on the top. Jenna, you go by J. I don't know if you're my student or Mrs. Testa's student, but there's going to be times when we're going to be together like this, so. All right. So 4 r to the 2.
Hoping I can remember.
Oh my gosh, are you hearing the songs in the background, not me? Oh, well, in my head, I was just thinking about that as your first initial. My kid goes by L at school. All right, let's try that one again. We got a couple more minutes, so let's go ahead and try this again. All right, so remember we're going to subtract. How many k's do I have in the numerator? Hmm. All right, 9k, k minus 6, or k over k to the 6. So what do you think? What's my coefficient going to be? What's the number in the front? 9. Very good, Alexia. All right, and then I have 1K on top and 6Ks on the bottom. Okay, so again, that gives me 9. Awesome. K raised to the -5. But what does it say to give the answer in? Okay, so what I need to do is I need to rewrite this. So remember, negative exponents go in the denominator, or on the other side of the fraction bar from where they are. All right, so we have 9, and then K to the 5th is in the denominator. Oops. 9. Come on. Oh, it's because I still have this on. K to the 5. All right, I know we didn't get a full 20 minutes in. I feel like this is, we lost it. Lost the plot. All right, so what I need you guys to do is work on some of the skills that are listed in your, yep. I'm gonna,
Can you
you
put
can
that
either
slide
work
back
on,
up,
step into the
or
arena and work
you
on
do it based
skills
off of the
based on your
benchmark?
skill level, or these are some of the skills that we're working on
Because it
today
doesn't
or
really
this
matter,
week.
student.
Continue to clock minutes in there. I don't want to make sure I don't, yeah, if you haven't done the middle of your benchmark, you need to get that done.
And if you haven't done your middle of the year benchmark, that should be a priority over skills too. Any volunteers? Yeah, because that's a grade. I mean,
Yeah,
I tell you to make up the
Friday-ish.
minutes
So,
at any time.
I mean, they
Like the
can
middle
keep
of the
doing it, but
year, I think they have
we
till
need your
Friday,
scores.
right?
So
Ish. That's when we're kind of
that's
wanting
fine,
it done.
Riley. You know what's going to be good is that you're going to get some practice. Now, my students, I am going to set the people who are in my classes every time. I am going to be setting up a competition for getting more than the 360 IXL minutes. And then I'm also going to have the top 5 improvements. On average, Braden, we're going to try and get you 20 minutes a week. You're going to need to try to get that many a week. Total 360 from now till spring break. And now these codes are also linked in the modules in all of the async lessons in Canvas as well. Okay.